I didn't even press play, and it just started. Get to prep. So yeah, it's a vanavlog. I got asked to do one. A few actually asked me to do a vanavlog, and so just some fucking motorcyclists just fucking parked exactly opposite me. Fucking turned off their engine, like to have a fucking discussion right opposite me. You know, I'm kind of like, you know, whenever I try to do a vanavlog anyway, I get this shit all the fucking time. It's not just something like that, it can be anything. You know? I mean, I planned to do a fucking vanavlog this morning, and just fucking shit happens. You know? Like stuff to do with my job. It just completely knocks me out of whack. You know, I was in a good fucking place, and then fucking shit happens. Just shit to fucking wind you up. You know. It's very rare I can just, like, you know, get into a zone. To free my mind. It's very rare these days because, well, if you're not clever enough to beat the system and never have to work, and so you're kind of like in the working world, there are just countless Thank you, thanks very much. He wouldn't have let me go because my vehicle's bigger than theirs. They just backed off. Yeah, I mean, if you're in the working world, or just fucking a slave, basically, you know, that's it. That's it. Anything at any time can happen, and if you're me, then it happens all the bloody time. I'm going back to the spot that I just parked. Hopefully they're gone now. they're still fucking there. Oh, someone else there now. Oh, alright. Fucking hell. It's the perfect spot. I mean, and I'll be honest with you, because it's fucking hard work lying and pretending. It's hard bloody work, you know. Just be fucking honest, and you know, it's just you have an easier life, I swear. Let's try this round here. So this might be alright, this spot. Looks quiet. Of course I'm parked illegally, because that's what I do. There's like there's a rule, certainly not made by me, and the rule is we must aggravate Lee to the best of our abilities. And it's been going on for decades now, I'd say. And so, you know, just I spend a lot of my time driving, so I can pick a pretty good example just out of that, and it's only one example. And so like so like if I'm stuck in traffic, and I'll only be stuck in traffic because I'm in a rush to get somewhere, and then suddenly there'll just be traffic. Or if I'm in a rush to get somewhere, there'll be somebody driving 10 miles below the speed limit of whatever the road is. And I don't know, I mean, I've mentioned it before. If I was going to drive somewhere from point A to B, and sort of point A is a straight fucking mile long road, and point B is a turning off on the right. Yeah, I can drive all the way down that road for a mile, not a car coming the other way. As soon as I get to that fucking junction, there's a car coming, you know? So then I have to stop and wait, and then I can turn in. It's I mean, the odds of it happening aren't as high as you might think, but it just constantly happens to me, you know. Just an example. And so, like, over the decades, I've kind of like realised that this is going on, you know, and I thought, well, there's got to be ways around it. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, I thought to myself, you know, it's been about fucking 10, 15 years now, and it's constant, it's every day, all the time. And I'm thinking the chances of that happening are just so low. I can only conclude that it's intentional. It's absolutely intentional. So I'm going to try and trick it. So, like, for example, if I'm going like from point A to B, I drive along, and if for absolutely no fucking reason whatsoever, I just fucking pull over for a minute and then do my journey again. And funny enough, to a degree, it does work. and then I can see I'm coming up to that fucking road to turn right, and I can see, you know, the speed of the car that's coming the other way. You know what I mean? That I missed it. I missed it. I didn't have to stop, and I could just pull in. And another one is like the traffic one. So like, I've got like a work tablet, and I do work on my tablet, you know, with my job. So like, if I get stuck in traffic, and I know it's a right bastard one, because obviously I'm in a rush to get somewhere, I think, I know what I'll do, you know, and then I'll just pick up my tablet and then just start setting up all my work for my next job, or work next week, or just just during that day, just something to help me out, so I'm not wasting any time, and I might accumulate enough time to do a vanavlog. As soon as I fucking start doing that, traffic clears every time, you know? So I don't know. I mean, if you had this, you know, how long would it take for you to finally conclude that it's personal, it's something against you? How long would it take? A week of that kind of shit? A year? 10 years? The reason I'm talking about this is because someone said, yeah, can you do a vanavlog, and then, you know, can you talk about your inner world and time, like what I think about time. I mean, it'd be a bit of a fucking boring vanavlog, isn't it? Me just talking about myself. But, time. Well, I mean, my inner world and time, I mean, I suppose an examples today, all fucking set up to do a vanavlog this morning. Now it's like 2:30 in the afternoon. And I'm way over in fucking West London. And I live in fucking Kent, you know. So it takes ages to get back. And I'm thinking like now, oh fucking hell, so what, I'm going to do a vanavlog now? You know? And what time am I going to get home? And then I just thought, well, you know, time is just bollocks. And you know, my slot in time is just irrelevant. In time is irrelevant. Like if you accumulate periods of time, amass them, put it all together, it's such a huge number. And my participation in time is so small, it's barely even a fucking fraction. And tomorrow's going to be pretty much the same shit as it is today, but maybe a bit harder, actually, as it goes. But, you know, it's going to be the same fucking shit. I don't have anything to gain by getting home on time. You know, it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And so I thought, well, yeah, you know, fuck it. I'll do a vanavlog then. Just do a vanavlog. You know, I'm kind of lost. I am lost in time. I am lost in time. And you know, for say, I don't know, what do you want? Thousands of years in the past, It's been thousands of years in the past, and here I am now for 100 years. And then how many thousands of years after? I mean, you know, where am I? Where am I? And if time and matter coexist, I don't matter. Just irrelevant, utterly irrelevant. And so is absolutely everything, just completely fucking irrelevant. I just seem to be in this time slot doing this shit of absolutely no consequence whatsoever. If there is any consequence, it's not going to last more than 200 years. I mean, it's just ridiculous, just ridiculous, just ridiculous. I mean, people might think I'm whinging right now or something. I'm not. I'm just fucking saying it as it is. You know, it's like I see life. Am I depressed about it? Am I unhappy about it? Am I fucking crying about it? Am I fucking saying something about it? Like it's not fair or what? No. I'm not saying anything at all. I'm just fucking saying how it is. I'm in it, kind of thing. So, yeah. The insignificance of me existing in time has made me think, well, you know, fuck it, I'll just do a vanavlog at 2:30 in the fucking afternoon after being fucking shunted all the way to this particular fucking time from this morning when I was fresh and bushy-tailed. Now I've done a whole day's fucking work. Distractions, fucking shit in my head. And provocations to have emotional reactions in the negative. All of that. But I've become quite good at just fucking ignoring it now. It's just, yeah, I just kind of feel like a stranger here now. I mean, you just need sheer ignorance, not arrogance, ignorance of all truth to be happy in this world, to give all your energy and strength, passion, time into life. That's what you need to be able to do that. And then if you become a truther, you can't really do that anymore. So, gosh, talking about myself. I mean, I've done a lot of vanavlogs, you know, and I've mentioned things, you know, about myself in them. Why? Nobody listening. I feel like I'm just going to end up repeating myself. I mean, another thing about time, it's all bollocks. You know, I have kind of like realised that, you know, repetition isn't a bad thing, because time exists. When you don't know that time exists, sorry, when you don't know that time doesn't exist, and you think that time is like a continuous strand of string, you input everything into that string, thinking that it's continuous, you know, and there's a way forward and a way back, in a sense. But I mean, time it's just not true. It's just not true. And what you've actually got is, which I've mentioned before, you've got a collated realities all in one place. Hold on. I've just got to check that word collated. Past tense, collect and combine text. That can't be the word then. Collect and combine. It's not correlated then, is it? Oh, it's correlated. It's correlated realities in one place. A great many. Gosh. I couldn't possibly give a number to it. But these realities are not defined by one day only. It can be hour by hour, minute by minute. The reality around you, if you like, is changing, and you're facing different realities. I don't think it's every moment, but you know, I think, you know, just, I don't know, an hour, I don't know, half an hour, I don't know. But I've caught myself a few times in and out of different realities, because everybody that isn't a truther, they've got this continuum, this continuous line, and then they stick to it. So that's why, you know, you can get people that are bitter for a very, very long time. Years, bitter, holding resentments and stuff like that, because they think time exists, they think it's a continuous path. And there's people that come onto their path and go off of their path, or run along parallel their path. That's what they think. And so they maintain that path because they believe in time. But I know time doesn't exist. It's an illusion. I do make mistakes. But I have noticed quite recently that I haven't made mistakes, and then half an hour later apparently I have, but I know I haven't. I'm like, no, I never did that. I didn't do that. It's as if the continuity of that reality does not meet the continuity of this reality that I'm in half an hour later. But because it's all reality, although it's compartmentalized in that it's not a part. It's still like layers or something, if you want, segments of reality. It's all what you do in one reality exists in another, but the rules of that reality don't apply to the other one, and then so there's like discrepancies, and that's what keeps happening to me. I'm kind of like, fucking, I know that didn't happen. I know that I didn't do that, or whatever. You know, I just know it. I'm like, no, there's just no fucking way. And now I tend to say to myself, where was I? Where was I when I was fucking putting in that data or not putting in that data? Where was my head? Where was my head? How could I have possibly? Because I look at my work and I'm like, how in the flying fuck have I done something that fucking stupid? How? It doesn't make any sense. That sounds like a contradiction, doesn't it? Yeah. But in it all, there's definitely, you know, some kind of opposition against me. Maybe it's, I don't know if it's just me. Maybe it's other people as well. I don't know. Other people might just say, well, you know, shit happens. But, you know, the shit that happens to me is consistent. You know, it's consistent. And it's intelligent. And I have to plan against it. So, I mean, I'm having a willful reaction against a willful opponent. It's as simple as that. It's personalised. I mean, you know, there's fucking shit that I don't fucking write down or say anything. You know, it's just in my head, and I'm like, right, I'm gonna fucking keep that quiet. It doesn't work, you know. I've got like a fucking secret squirrel plan to go and do something. No one knows. I fucking embark on the journey to go and do it. Fucking obstacles, all the way, all the way. I don't know what I do, all the fucking time. I don't even know who it is or what it is. I've got no idea. No idea. I've gone past the point of getting angry about it or whinging about it. Um, right, that's not the time. it makes me laugh, you know, when people say, oh, you know, where is humanity heading? Where are we going? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You'll be dead in fucking 80 years. You're not fucking part of humanity. You're not the fucking future. Why do you even care? You know? Why do you even care? You know, do you think you're gonna fucking live forever or something? But I must admit, I mean, for the continuation of all the bollocks that's fucking been going on, there must fucking be people that live for fucking hundreds of years. There must be. There must be. You know, because I look around, and even look at myself, and I'm like, we're just fucking here for minutes. Minutes. You know, we're just fucking not here long enough to fucking do anything or achieve anything, if there was a point in doing so anyway. What the fuck? Which there isn't. You know, but, you know, somebody, you know, if there's an agenda, then it's the agenda of someone that lives for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. It can only be that. It can only be that. It cannot just be a mere fucking mortal. You know? It's just not possible. A mere mortal. I saw a woman and a toddler in a pushchair, and they kind of like stopped near my van, and I guess the mother, I guess she was about 24, something like that, which I think is about the average age. And, you know, she's like doing the whole money thing, you know, pretending to be like, you know, wise and a mother, you know, just reliving her childhood and then trying to replicate or maybe do the opposite of what her mother was like when she was a child. But as far as the child's concerned, you know, it's a mum, it's an adult. And as far as that woman's concerned, she thinks that she's an adult and like she's a mother and blah 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 blah. But 10 years ago she was 14 years old. Just 10 years ago. 14. So, you know, you've got a 14-year-old and in 10 years they're like a fucking adult. Just like, and pretending to be an adult. I mean, it's just fucking, you know, and it's just mad. It's just madness to me. It's just total madness the way everybody behaves, just pretending. Just no one, just like just being realistic. I mean, if you become a truther, you're dancing with insanity. You know, you run the risk of completely losing your mind. High risk, I would say. Unless you're a particular type of person. I mean, people go mad for knowing lesser things. You know? even lies. I remember, what was it? What was it? Yeah, I was a Christian. And, I mean, I wasn't supposed to believe this, but you know, my church believed it. You know, that we're like a spinning ball in space, and the universe is finite, but just gazillions of fucking light years big, and all the stars in the sky are suns of different fucking solar systems or whatever. That was complete bollocks, right? And I was telling a non-Christian about that, and he just couldn't fucking cope with the concept that he was so small, so insignificant in a vast, great universe, less than a speck. And he was almost in tears telling me to stop talking. And that was bollocks, you know? That was bollocks. That wasn't fucking true at all. I thought it was. I mean, you know, you're supposed to believe, though, your Bible teacher, when you're a Christian, is to believe that what they're telling you is true. You know, so that's faith for you. But yeah, I mean, just, you know, even something that's not even the truth, if it goes against what they've been programmed, just fucking go ape shit. So, you know, how much worse is it, you know, if you tell someone the truth? Just fucking lose their mind. Yeah, so I mean, I don't really have an anchor in reality anymore. Yeah, I can stick with that word, the continuum. Yeah, it's a good word. The continuum. That's how everybody lives. They believe in a continuum. Let's fucking check that word as well. It's great having a bloody thing to reference. Continuum. I got to continue, but how do you have at the end of when you got a U? Maybe it's just an M. Maybe it's two M's, an M and an N. Maybe, I don't know. Or it's two U's. Continuum. Meaning something that changes in character gradually. Fuck off. No, I do not accept. Something that changes in character gradually or in very slight stages without any clear dividing points. That'll do. I mean, my experience, I mean, I suppose I can only really kind of like go along with my own experience, which is like being married. And so, you know, for about 10 years, I suppose, you know, I believed in the continuum of reality, you know, and year on year, you know, there's kind of progression, or there's kind of whatever the word is for the opposite of progression. Or is it regression? You know, these things going forwards and backwards, you know, in a relationship. And from year to year, I consistently maintained the previous year for the following year to the best of my abilities, thinking like I've got to be consistent, or even better, you know, the following year, and like just carry on and carry on, carry on. And until, you know, I came to the point that I realised that time's bollocks. And you know, I was just fucking being stupid. And so, like, from, I suppose, a matter of hours during the day, I'd be one way interacting with the wife in a certain way, and then I'd remember, and then I just fucking completely just completely disengage, because I knew what I was doing was stupid, and I looked like a cunt, and I was acting like a cunt. Not that I was being a cunt, I was just doing just normal shit, but I just realised, fuck are you doing, you stupid cunt, you know? So I just fucking stop, which I did. And then, you know, the following hours, the whole dynamic changes. She changes as well. It's like, you know, she's got fucking short-term memory loss or something. And it's almost as if I was giving her forcing her to feed off of me, to leech off of me my delusions, you know? And, you know, and then as time goes on, day by day, you know, whatever happened the day before was no longer present the next day. It's as if it doesn't exist anymore. Everything that happened then that should have had some effect on the next day simply didn't. It simply didn't have any effect anymore. You know, just gone. And, you know, in one way it's kind of like nice, you know, to live that way, but at the same time it is really rather unsettling, I'll tell you that. Because, you know, I kind of think to myself, well, do I have a relationship with my wife? I mean, apparently I've been married to her for 25 years. And, like, I mean, I just... You know, you're supposed to, like, grow together over the years and then, you know, build your little fucking empire, whatever, you know, or whatever. You know, to me it's just so ludicrous, a pursuit, and then I just can't, I can't fucking... It's really difficult to explain. It really is very, very difficult to explain it, you know. I mean, I suppose it's like, you know, all of my sins, if you want, all of my sins have become void. There's no place for it. I mean, I lived a certain way, and she lived in that certain way, and so long as I continue to live in that certain way, my sins will always follow me. They will always be ever present, ever in my conscience and my guilt, and forever in her memory as something to bring up if she wanted to press my buttons, you know, like that. But now it just simply doesn't exist. There's no place for my sins. There's no place for them. There's no place for them, you know. And, you know, same for her, you know. Fucking hell, I mean, you know, she's fucking come out with some shit, I tell you. This last year or two, you know. If I was, you know, still living in the continuum with her, it'd be over. It'd fucking be well over. The relationship would be, I will be fucking divorced. I tell you, you know. But, you know, her sins don't count. You know? Simply don't count. And so, like if you think about culture, religion, the time frame that we live in, and all of these things, and they're all kind of like borrowed. We're born into them. We borrow ancient history, ancient knowledge, ancient culture, ancient this, ancient that, and apply it to our present days. You know, that's just fucking stupid, you know. And I realise that all of those principles, all of those things that in the continuum of valuable and of value and worth pursuing till you're dead, you know, I simply don't. I simply don't. I simply don't. So, you know, how can my wife do anything wrong? You know, how can she do anything wrong? You know, you know. I mean, yes. I mean, you know, she could like dismember me. I mean, physically, you know, like, I don't know, a fucking leg, my head, you know. And you know, and you might say, well, you know, I think she did you a wrong on there, mate. I mean, you know, she fucking removed your arm, or you was asleep. Now you've only got one arm. Don't you think that's bad? And ultimately, on what basis are you concluding that that would be wrong? On what basis? Well, culture, you know. We don't have corporal punishment in England. Religion. But that's something of the past that you inherited. You've chosen to inherit. Can you choose to inherit something? But it's just something you're doing. It's things of the past that don't exist anymore. You know, that's the point. No, that's the thing. That's the thing. There's no solid foundation that you can absolutely say without a doubt that someone's done something wrong. I mean, you know, I like both of my arms. So long as I have to be here, you know, I want both of my arms. And if I only had one because she took it off, I'd be like, for fuck's sake, you know, I'm going to have to get an automatic now. You know. But I question, why. I question, am I really right if I do say, well, I'm sorry, but you were fucking bang out of order for removing my arm. You know? You shouldn't have done that. You know? Questioning the basis of that judgment. I mean, it's a bit extreme, I know, for an example, but I wanted to make the point. I mean, like, for example, maybe I was asleep, and maybe, the wife was on a business trip or something, I don't know, and then God came down and cut off my arm. Yeah? I'll say, oh, well, that's okay then, because God gave me the arm in the first place. He can take it back, you know. Who am I to say you can't take my arm? I think I'm losing the plot here at the... This is a shit vanavlog fucking talking about myself. Yeah, so I just find everything completely ridiculous, pointless, and absolute madness. And even the the processes of the construct of the whole, what's that word? Correlation of realities in this bubble. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I mentioned it before, just the whole thing about like giving birth. It's just fucking, it's laughable. Like it just popping up between some woman's legs. It just looks ridiculous. It's just fucking ridiculous. I mean, what was that movie? Ace Ventura. And he gets trapped in an elephant chassis. I mean, have you seen that scene? It's laughable. Like, to me, it's the same thing. But I keep waking up every morning, and suddenly I'm like old. I mean, that's like a new thing. It's been the last 2 years or something like that. I'm kind of like, the fuck? Oh, I'm old now. And then, and then like a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, I've been married for 25 years. What? I just don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm like, how did that happen? I thought, then I'm going to be fucking dead soon. I don't know. And I'm torn. I'm torn because, like, in one sense, I'd happy to be dead, and like just a complete end of this madness of everything, just gone. Great. But then at the same time, this, like when I said like it feels like I've got an opponent just always working against me, and then and then on top of that, all humanity, they've got governments that are their opponents and make their lives a misery. And so in one sense, I'd like to live and find out the truth, find out a way. find out perhaps, you know, some kind of like science of our predecessors, where I could just go across the world and annihilate all world government, and then everybody could be happy and just live the way that they want to live. You know, from that point of view, and I should never hope, I've made the rule that I should never hope, have faith or belief, but I just can't drop that hope that one day I just perhaps just might find a way to just stop them doing what they're doing to humanity forever. But then that makes me want to continue to exist. But I mean, the best I could do is just not have kids. And I don't know, if you're going to go say like 100 years into the future, and I actually had kids, and they had kids, and their kids had kids, and their kids had kids, and they had kids. I don't know how many human beings that would amount to in 100 years. But they won't be obeying the government. They won't be paying taxes. They won't be slaves. They simply won't be, you know. And you know, how could I do that anyway? How could I? I mean, if I went to fucking I don't know, some like tribe in Africa that's never met the West or any other people outside of their own community ever, and then say, oh, come to England, you know, come to England, it's great, bring them over here and let them settle down here and live a life here. Why would I do that to somebody, you know? And then you've got all these immigrants coming over to England from all over the world. It's madness, I tell you. It's absolute fucking madness. Madness. So yeah, I'm kind of just biding my time really now. I'm just kind of thinking, well, oh, okay, so I got fast-tracked. I'm now fucking in my 50s. So I'll be dead soon. So I've been fast-tracked to death. So yeah, you know, I suppose that's all right. Yeah, that's all right. You know what? You know what I reckon it is. It's because I've just fucking like got to the point of truth. I've got to the to just fucking. You know, it shouldn't be fucking possible that I've achieved this. But I've got to such a degree of truth. It's as if time and reality has had to catch up with me to this point very, very quickly. So suddenly I'm fucking old. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's what happened. Yeah. Yeah. So if you're a truther, watch out, because the more truth you know, and if you get close to reality, that kind of wisdom in the continuum, you only can be at a certain age to have that kind of information. So, you know, if you get there, expect to age very quickly. I got it. Of course, that's why. What's the time now? Ugh. Right, let me just do something. Give myself some more time in the continuum. Oh, fucking hell. It's Monday, so like, you know, I drank alcohol over the weekend. And this is like 2 days. It just affects my vision. I can't see properly. But if I don't drink, I don't need glasses. It's bizarre. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? What? Oh. Oh. Yep, I think I'm okay now. That's okay. I've just given myself some more time. Yeah, so, I don't know. I mean, if I continue on a truth path, if I get any further than I am, I mean, the last couple of years, you know, I've done some pretty big fucking leaps, you know, in truth. And they've been so big that I haven't even been able to do vanavlogs on them because I don't even know where to bloody start to explain things. And but, you know, in those 2 years, I've aged considerably, and I think, well, bloody hell. You know, if I get any further, I'm going to have less time here, which is a good thing. I mean, you know, it's a bit of a vicious circle, really. You know, I wanted to know the truth. I've always wanted to know the truth. But I mean, now I want to know the truth, but for a good reason. So I can fucking, you know, stop all this shit that's going on. But the cost is my life, my time. And the more I do, the less likely I am to be able to get to the point where I can categorically say blah 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 blah. So if I completely stopped and just went back to the continuum and then just pretended to be normal, I'd live longer. It doesn't appeal to me. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, that's kind of like my inner world and my thoughts on time. That's how it's working out for me. You know, I haven't I haven't just come out of this saying, oh, it's my opinion, oh, I reckon this. You know, it's been years of effort, pondering, and suffering mentally, emotionally as well, to get these things, to get to this point, you know. I mean, it's my life's work. So work. It's been my what's the word? Modus operandi. I'm not just a normal guy who just does what everybody does. You know, works, has kids, has grandkids, gets a mortgage, does a job, retires, and that, or likes fucking sport or something. Like most people, you know, I just never have been, ever. Never have been like that. I've never been that kind of person, ever, you know. Fucking hell, hour and 8 minutes of talking about myself. I was just thinking about people in different countries from England and their world and how they live. You know, they'll just never get out of it. They'll just won't escape. The chances are just so slim. I mean, I just think of anyone, really. You've got someone, I don't know, 30 years old, 2 kids, job, paid off a third or half of their mortgage. Are they ever just going to suddenly leave and then go and discover the world? Are they ever going to do that? No, of course they're not. They're stuck. They're trapped. They're trapped. Someone born into a fucking trailer park, someone born on a council estate, someone born in a palace. Just, you know. I've just been thinking about, you know, just the contrasts between them, and insular boundaries of their own personal continuum. I've just been thinking about that recently, just kind of observing it. And same with the physical form, you know, just looking at, because you know, like England's like multicultural now, people from all over the world live here, and you know, they're kind of what's the word? self-contained and trapped within their appearance. It's like, oh, I'm too short, I'm short, I'm short, I'm very short. It affects everything for them. I'm tall. And the thing is like there's no such thing as an average for a human being. Everybody is completely unique, and so there is no norm. I mean, people have idols, but I mean, even like idols, they're. I'm sorry, but I mean, what's normal about an idol? The way they look. I mean, but just. It's all very unpleasant, I must say. Now, I also kind of realise, why things don't work for people. The majority of the world, things just don't work out for them. And I kind of realised why. Well, I mean, there's lots of reasons, but the one that I was thinking about was like, they've got a job, they've got a manager, and they know what their job is supposed to be, and so they do their job to the best of their abilities. But when they do, they end up getting into trouble. And they're getting into trouble because the manager doesn't want them to do the best possible job that they can do. Because the function of a manager is not the same function in a company as somebody that's underneath them. They both have different jobs to do. Most people think that if they do the right thing, that their superiors, their bosses, their slave owners will be happy. Which is good for the owners and, the managers, because they don't have to sweat to make them do anything. But at the end of the day, as an employee or a slave, you're never going to be able to make your owner or manager happy. Your manager might need you to not meet your quota for this period, whatever that period of time is in the continuum. Doesn't want you to make that quota. Reason being, there could be many reasons. It could be because politics in the office. It could be because his manager is fucking wound him up, and if he doesn't get his targets met, he knows it's going to fuck up his manager. So for that reason, he doesn't want you to meet your quota. So then, what's your manager going to do? Well, he's going to fucking stop you from meeting your quota. And that can be by many means. It can be by phoning you up, and just winding you up. So you get angry, you know, it could be upsetting you. So you take a day off sick or a couple of days off sick, anything, whatever it takes, you know. He's just living his life, doing his thing. And you're there doing your thing, doing your life, doing your thing. But the twain shall never meet. I'm just thinking about getting home. If I get home early or late, what difference will it make till tomorrow? What difference will it make? None. Won't make any difference. I mean, what does my head in? You know, you've got the absolute madness of everything that people do. And just the ridiculousness and the inconsistencies of reality and how things should be and should work. And it's just utter fucking chaos. But yet, at the same time, the ingenuity in everything is absolutely phenomenal. It's just unbelievable, you know. It's just jaw-dropping. The intricacies of everything. Even on a molecular level. Even on a macro level. It's really quite fantastic. So, you know, I can't marry the two. I can't marry the insanity, the craziness and everything like that to the ingenuity and the logistics of reality. I mean, just the fact that the majority of people in the world just don't even consider their whole life. About why is this all happening? Yeah, they just don't. Fucking this vanavlog sucks, man. I reckon by September I'll have a laptop. By September, I reckon. And then I can do stuff. I mean, I know I'm doing stuff, like doing stuff on my channel, but you know, it's just kind of I'm just biding my time. I'm just biding my time. Last couple of years, really. But I mean, if I fucking carry on, I might be fucking 90 by September. With arthritis. What if I put an eighth of a teaspoon of medical grade borax in a pint of water and drink it every day? I should be okay at 90 in regards to arthritis. Should be alright. Fucking hell, I thought I got I mean, maybe what I'm saying, you know, in this vanavlog is actually really, really good. And that's why I've had obstacles all the way up to this point today. And even now, I'm constantly being bombarded with, you've got to stop doing a vanavlog. You know, you've got to be concerned about times and stuff like that. And yet, you know, for all of the reasonings of these bombardments, I know at the end of the day it's just bollocks, you know, it just doesn't matter. Who wants me to do something or not, the timing, if I disappoint them, They'll be dead in 50 years. I'll be dead in 50 years. Who gives a fuck, you know? Oh, you were supposed to do this, you were supposed to do that. Yeah. And, well, I'm not fucking happy about it. Okay. And then what? What? What's going to change if I do or don't do something that you want me to do? What's going to change? Nothing. Nothing. At the same time, my other consideration has been, well, I've always wanted to help people, one way or another. It's just my nature. And, you know, even faced with the ludicrousness of everything that I now know, I just feel compelled to facilitate people, you know? To make their little life enjoyable and to go along swimmingly so that they don't get upset or get told off or whatever it is that niggles at them, you know? I'm still having the thing in the back of my head about everybody consented to be here. It's always in the back of my head. I can't fucking shake it off. And I don't think it will. Did they pay? You know? Did they pay the tiller man to be here or something? You know, did they pay? Is that why you get some people that are born into poverty because they didn't have enough fucking money? You know, they can only buy a peasant plan in reality. You know, is it that? And others had fucking lots of money and so they end up rich, born into wealth. You know? Is it like that? The predisposition. Is that the right word? Predisposition. Predisposition. Liability or tendency to suffer from a particular condition, hold a particular attitude. Right? No, that's not the right word. Then. If there was a God, a supreme being, or whatever, and it created everything, they wouldn't need to test humanity because they would already know the answer. There's no need to test. If they had to put humanity to the test, that would mean that they weren't a God, because you would know, because you made it. You know its capabilities and what it's incapable of doing. Otherwise you wouldn't be God. So this whole thing about, you know, life is a test, humanity has to learn, that just doesn't make any sense in my melon at all. Doesn't make any sense. Just pre-existence. Just a pre-existence. It's the only thing I can think of with humanity. They've all pre-existed. And they just put in for another term. as to the concept of what the currency is outside of this place, I've got no idea. I don't see any clues in anything, not even in architecture. I don't see any clues at all. Yeah, so yeah, just interacting with people. I'm just kind of facilitating at the moment. I mean, I did have a rule that I was no longer going to help people along in their delusions, but you know, I've just gone a lot further than that state of mind now. I'm just kind of like, oh, gosh. It's just the suffering. It's just the suffering that I see everybody going through. You know, even people that have made it in life, not made it, middle class if you want. You know, someone that's got a business or something, you know, and their house is worth at least 3 million. You know, just an average kind of person in England. You know, they're not fucking happy at all. And their houses are always empty. So no matter where I look, you know, I don't know. But I mean, I do make a distinction between the continuum, reality, and where I am outside. I do make a distinction, but you know, when it just comes to this place, you know, the continuum, I can only conclude that there is definitely an entity or entities that just live for hundreds and hundreds of years, and they're maintaining this journey of human misery. Because nobody lives very long. There isn't any point to having any kind of an agenda to build a world empire or to build a big company. I mean, you know, you'll be dead before you get to enjoy it. I mean, it just doesn't fucking make any sense to me at all. It just doesn't make any sense. You say, oh, well, we'll give it to the kids. Yeah, it's just madness. It's utter madness. The only thing that isn't madness is if you live for hundreds and hundreds of years. Then it's worth building up a company or building up wealth or something, you know. You've got the longevity to enjoy it. It just doesn't fucking make any sense. You have to be able to live for hundreds of years. In this physical continuum alone, not thinking outside of the box, that is the only reason. That is the only reason. You know, the whole thing about culture, societies, languages, all meticulously planned for control. One lifespan couldn't accumulate and apply the whole thing, the logistics, the applications, to be able to pull off something of such a great size, such as the control of all humanity by the few. It's not possible. It's not possible to do that in one lifetime. It's just not possible.
Because this is just about legit.
And just, you know, just this knowledge alone has cost me 20 years of my life. I mean, in the Truth community, there are a lot of things to consider. A lot of proposed answers, fields of research, you know. But when it comes down to it, being a truther, you've got to just stick with what you've got, you know? Just stick with what you've got. Right? Yeah, just stick with what you've got. I should phrase that better, really. You're trying to find the answer for you. I need to rephrase that. You need to find the answer for what you are. I have to rephrase it again.
Section.
I mean, the dilemma, I suppose, is if your reality is just a continuum and you can't get outside of it, and all you've got is this, then any reasoning is just based on this. And you can look at the achievements of the past, of the ancients and their technology and everything that they had. I'm just trying to think for a reason that anybody would search to find out the truth from this perspective of this place alone. I mean, isn't death a good enough reason?
Many reasons, but I've got background.
I mean, if I was to ask my parents or my grandparents when they were still alive, they would say, well, you know, yeah, we're going to die, but you've got to make the most of life while you've got it. Make the most of it. But I mean, yeah, I mean, that's what they say, you know. And I can understand why they would say that. I can understand that. I might get this one. I might get this one. What would be a reason? I mean, it wouldn't be very far from the truth, but I suppose I could say, well, you've been misplaced. You were supposed to be born in a different land, a different place, and that place has been hidden from you, in which place you may never die. Because if death is physical and then the environment is all part of your physical being, and the environment is fucked up and it's killing you, and that's why you physically die. But if you were somewhere else where the environment was not such, you would just continue to live, perhaps even forever. I mean, would that work? That work? I mean, does the human spirit have that capacity? I'm not sure. I mean, they don't live long enough to begin with. I suppose it's like a shifting of priorities. If you could convince people that their survival is the greatest principle of their life, and more than likely there is a geographical position in this place where you can go and continue to live beyond this place that's killing you. Everything might change, perhaps. Don't know. Don't know. People might be looking for truth, you know? Which makes me wonder, you know, like Flat Earth British and all this stuff, the think tank. I mean, just is that leading towards people thinking about getting the fuck out of here? That it's all wrong? That it's not right? You know? Is it leading in that way? I mean, you don't have to be outside the box. If you was outside of the box, I suppose you really wouldn't find that appealing. You know, it wouldn't be something that you'd really be interested in because you're elsewhere, you know. But if you're in a continuum, that would definitely, like, get you interested, wouldn't it? I would have thought. Everyone's just so blasé about death. Oh, I'm going to die, you know. Like it was nothing. Yeah, I'm going to get old and decrepit. Like it was, like, it's just part of life. No problem there. I think I'm done. I can't talk about myself anymore. Right. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, there's your vanavlog.